Oh my god, welcome back to the Nerd Castle, everybody, for the next episode of Dead State. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to have you here today. I finally finished off that combat. Seriously, it took forever. That combat took me almost 20 minutes to resolve, and it was just like mowing down zombies. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I just created pinch points and just like waited for them to run up against the shields and just beat them to death slowly but surely. I would leave it in the game. So for the people that are like, we want to see that, we wanted to see like the giant zombie combat, no you don't. It's super boring. Like seriously, it's really, really boring. Like you just sit there. It's because the zombies take too long to take their turns, and so like once you get started, you're just like, and you just sit there and do nothing for 25 minutes while they run into your shields. There's like no real challenge or anything else gonna go, wrong with this situation, aside from like ridiculous crits and things. However, we did get Ephraim back up, which is really, really good. I'm hoping that these guys have loot on them, because after spending so much time beating all these guys to death, I feel like I'm at least a little bit entitled to some sort of like comeuppance, something anyways. Not like a huge, I'm not looking for like a massive inheritance to ride out the rest of my life on, but some luxuries, some little things like that would be nice to have around, like some beef jerky, exactly, like little things like that right there would be really, really nice. The rotting soldier, he's got an MRE on him. Additionally, I'm trying to do this in like some sort of like normal order because I personally don't want to forget where I was working at when we're looting the bodies, and so we could very easily miss a lot of loot right here. And oh my god, the biggest cat hair ever is inside my mouse, and it's making it so that I can't play the game. There we go, all fixed up. Sorry about that. It happens all the time. I don't know, if you live in an animal with, I always say this, but like after my animals are all gone, it'll be sad, but I don't know if I want to have pets anymore. Like I go through so many lint rollers, and you have to vacuum like every day, otherwise everything's just like coated in fur, and it's so bad. Like, why does it have to fall out? Like, it's not even that hot right now. I keep it temperate so the kitties are always happy, and yet they still see fit to shed all over the place and also shit all over the place just to make me unhappy. They go out of their way to do it. Why they do it, I don't know, but they do. They do what they do, yo. Let's go back down the alleyway here and see if we can sort out this Zed right here without getting caught. I think we got caught on that one. Yarp, we got caught on that one, unfortunately. It's okay, he'll get 3 attacks now. It looks like there's still actually a lot of Zeds remaining on the map, so we should probably still exercise some sort of caution while we're out here running and jumping and doing our daily scavenger's calisthenics. He's got a miss right there, unfortunately, so unless he crits on the next one, that zombie's going to stay on its feet. He should have enough AP, though, to finish it off. There we go, hostile mode. Why would I ever just want to click on a zombie? God, I think that was playing cards or something that we just looted. Either way, we need to go into this house. I don't know what's going to be in here, but given the sheer density of zombies that are out front, I would guess that it's probably going to be really, really unpleasant. That, or maybe the zombies all decided to have like a party in front of the house because there was nothing else left going on in here. This location was now boring to them. The zombies are like, alright, moving on. This party has failed us. This party is no longer what we were looking for. I've been to a couple of those parties where you like go and it's just like, more liquor. That's the secret to a good party, more liquor. The more liquor you can stack in on the party, cumulatively, the better the party gets. Although you can have fun without liquor, playing games like Spoons, for example. Full contact Spoons, where the spoons are in like the, if you don't know what Spoons is, it's essentially a card game where it's a game of like bluffing and also trying to fake each other out. Oh, there is a backdoor right there. Well, anyways, Spoons is a game where there's a bunch of spoons in the middle of a table, and you play cards until like a certain criteria is met, and once that criteria is met, everybody grabs for a spoon in the middle. But just because you've met the criteria with your cards doesn't mean that you have to grab for the spoons right now. You can like fake people out, try and get them to grab the spoons on accident, and people fight over the spoons at the middle of the table. Like if you come out of playing Spoons without several like deep gashes in you, you're not playing Spoons properly. Anyways, full contact Spoons, you put the spoons in the corner of the room. It's a college variation that I played, and it gets a little rowdy, especially if you weigh all of 135 pounds like I do. So, it is what it is. It's still fun, though. I tend to make up for my lack of, size with speed. That's always been my strength. Played second baseman when I was a kid, which is a position typically known for having speedy players. I was a leadoff batter because I could get on base, and because I was good at stealing bases. Always been fast. Ricky Henderson. See, I realized my strengths, too, by the time I was, like, maybe 11 years old. I no longer looked up to guys like Barry Bonds or whatever. I started looking up to guys like Ricky Henderson, who just, like, could run hella fast. And, like, that was their strength, is that they would just, like, steal your shit. Like, they would get on base, and then they would just, like, run circles around you. And so you gotta work towards your strengths in life. We'll take that right there because that counts as a luxury item, I think. If we could bring the pool table back, that looks like a nice pool table. It's a little small. Doesn't look like it's the right size, but, you know. Back down the stairs for right now. We'll go outside. This residential block's looking like it might be a really, really lucrative stop-off for us, though. I'm excited about, like, what might be in here now that we've cleared out that massive, ridiculous combat. Now that we've sweeped that thing out here and we've got the whole place cleared, we might be able to do something with all of this. Got a little bit of extra fruit right there for antibiotics. Don't really want it. Where's Tweed's at? Tweedletime, get up in here. Yeah, just take a swipe at that thing. We just need the zombie to go away. A decomposing soldier. Well, it's not always easy to maintain your composure. It really isn't. Like in a situation like this, I think I would be decomposed too. Decomposured? I don't know if that joke works. It might kind of. It might kind of, sort of. These houses are really, really nice. Like, these houses are G'd out as shit. This is like the kind of stuff that I would expect to pay, like, a lot of money for here in our current housing market in the United States. What is going on? How come all my loot nodes just disappeared? Got a little bit of food right there. We may have to hit this one multiple times. It's not something that I really, like, relish the thought of doing. It's just that we're kind of, like, running out of space here. I tried to bring the car up here, which is how I wasted some of the time, but with 8 gallons of gas, it couldn't get up here all the way, which I thought was kind of, like, dumb. They need to buff the car. The car is super worthless right now. Like, once you have the horses, there's no reason to use the car, and honestly, the car goes through so much gas, and it has so many problems that there's no reason to use the car, really, either. No matter what, there's really no reason to use the car. I've been incredibly unimpressed with it lately. Everybody's full up, huh? Alright, well, if everybody's full up, grab what you can out of here. Looks like we'll have to make a second trip, unfortunately. Back down the stairs we go. At least we found a good spot that we can hit tomorrow, too. I mean, I'll try and remember what I've already hit and what I haven't. But yeah, these houses would be expensive in here. These houses would be real expensive. They're very metropolitan, especially with this upstairs balcony thing. God, I would chill up there so much. I would just put a recliner up there, basically, if it wasn't the rainy season. I put an awning and a recliner up there, and I would just chill. Maybe put in, like, a little TV that you could, like, move stuff around, like, watch TV out there, like, hook it up to the Netflix. Yarp! We'll watch how long it takes us to get back over here. So from 6 o'clock, if we have time, we'll run back out there, but I don't know if we will. So from 6 o'clock, it's going to take us till 8 o'clock to get down here, which means that we'll be back by midnight, but we might take a debuff. So, we got enough luxury items. I don't know. We may just have to ride this one out and see. I don't think we can make it back out there without the debuff. And so for right now, maybe we'll just chill for the night and we'll kind of see how big our morale hit is. I don't know. Morale's been the game. It's been the name of the game the last couple episodes, and so if we can't refrain from allowing our morale to drain, it's a very, very real issue. We have problems right now. Things that I don't necessarily know how to fix that seem to be gaps in the way that the game is programmed. For example, the fact that you just start losing a ton of morale. It might be a patch change. That's what I brought up before, is that I'm leaning towards the fact that it might be some kind of patch change or something. I don't know. I need to level up my characters too. I haven't done that in a while. Ephraim, you don't carry very much. If Craig has any... Does he have any engineering skill? I mean, honestly, I just don't like Ephraim as a character. He's not that good. Like, bringing him around just to pick locks and swing a cricket bat every now and again is not doing anything. Craig, what are you good at right now? Craig's got 0 mechanical skills, so idealistically, what I'd like to find is somebody with decent mechanical skill who also is not like a total waste of time when we bring him out there. Elaine Martin does pretty well. Mechanical skill right there, that's pretty good, but she has no combat skills. Jody said he doesn't want to go out. Joel said he doesn't want to go out. She's got ranged skill. Karen Landy has no job. Her melee leaves something to be desired, but she does bring a lot of things to the table right there. We've also got... Oscar's got some mechanical skill. He's also got some melee skill. He might be workable. Although I'm looking for somebody that can shoot, in all fairness. Sandy Doubleday, got a little bit of range right there. So it looks like it's going to be down between Karen, because she's got really, really good range. And so I would get rid of Ephraim for her, I think, because she's just like a better version. Her melee sucks. That's the only thing that I'm a little bit down about. And then alternatively, you could also go with Oscar Guzman, who's got mechanical skill, but he lacks... So basically, he's the exact opposite. He's all melee, and he lacks right there. So I guess I'll take Ephraim out for right now. I don't remember him saying that he didn't want to go out, but we'll give him a job right there. And then let's take... I'll go with Oscar, I guess. We'll have 2 melee characters, and we'll have 2 shooters. That seems like it'll be okay. And so that frees up relaxation for whoever wants to go on relaxation, I guess, right? So wait, that's not... Oh, it has to be morning for you to assign it. Okay. Makes sense. Let's go back in here. We'll move some stuff around, and we'll see if we can get them equipped for the days ahead, and then we'll sleep for the night. And we'll just hope that morale doesn't fall off. I did my best with what I had today, but it is what it is. So we've got... Vic's looking good. Bud is looking good. Bud, I need you to... Let's drop this stuff off. And then we've got Karen, who I think... Or no, it was Oscar that we brought along. It was Oscar. So with Oscar, I don't know what his strength is looking like or how strong he is. Probably be something worth looking into, but... A carbon steel tonfa uses too much AP. I'm looking for a very, very light, low investment AP weapon right now. Aluminum bat. There's got to be something in here that'll work in that respect. The Kukri's 3. Well, I mean, the telescoping baton, in my opinion, still remains one of the better options for characters that just want to, like, take a swing at stuff. And then as far as armor goes, we should have some extra stuff laying around here somewhere that I could throw on him in order to make him a tad more resilient. I thought we had 4 suits of the advanced armor, but I think what happened is that what's-his-name ran off with some of it. She's got a little bit of something right there. The lucky part is we should be able to balance it off with other stuff. Mark Corbeau. Let me make sure. Craig. Is Craig coming? Craig's coming, I think. We got rid of Ephraim. And so let's go back through. Let me make sure I've got everybody unequipped for right now. Get rid of that armor right there. We may have to go all in on some new, like, better stuff. I don't know. Let me get back to Oscar. We'll give you that right there. We'll give you a helmet. Actually, I'll give you a riot helmet, because that'll actually shore up your defenses a little bit better. And then after the riot helmet, we'll just give you, I guess, the normal body armor is so heavy, though. It's, like, really, really heavy, so it uses up a lot of his, like, main carrying capacity, which is the big part that I find to be sort of lackluster about it. A 25-pound buckler. It says that it's made out of a hubcap, but if you find a 25-pound hubcap, that's fairly incredible. That's a heavy-ass hubcap, I'm just saying. We'll go... We gotta have some other shields or something down in here that he can use. Maybe I'll swap that out for just like a ballistic helmet. Take a little bit of weight off so that when I give him a shield or whatever, he functions a little bit stronger. If I ever find one again. Thought we had more shields. Maybe I'll just give him a two-hander then for if we really get into the shit. Maybe throw like... Snowblind is pretty good. It's a two-hander. I gotta take a look at his strength in just a moment, but we'll figure it out after we go back out of field. Let's rest for the night. I think we've got everybody equipped in the way that they need to be in order to be like totally apocalyptically fashionable. God, I'm just nervous about clicking this button right now. Hey, we're up by 114, so it seems to be that the problem we ran into is that we just don't want people to fall below content. If they're at okay, that's where things seem to be falling apart. Alright, so we got a day right there where nothing went wrong. That means that we've got plenty of time to go back out and scavenge the things that we need. I should be taking a look at the memorial wall, too, if I really wanted to be efficient about all this, because it does give you a little bit of morale. Over the course of the game, if you check the memorial wall every single time, you can actually end up with, I think, like an extra 300, 400 morale by the end of the game. It's a mundane task. You just got to remember to do it. And so where we went was the residential block. Why do we stop the horses? Don't stop the horses. We've got stuff to do. I don't know. I'd love to get into horseback riding someday. It's kind of like a cool skill. Coming from a city kid who, like, I got to ride horses a little bit because my family had, like, a pair of rich friends. I think I've talked about them before. Anyways, I've talked about them. They had to flee back to Colombia. They were from Colombia. Did all of the Zeds respawn over here? Or did they just reset? Or did they never actually aggro? That would be the other half of it, I suppose. Step him back slightly just in case the other Zeds become aware of our violent presence right behind them. I got a violent present right upside the head. I do need to get him better body armor, so hopefully... Yikes, it might be worth it to run back to the military base, to the bunker, to see if I left any laying around in one of the cabinets or anything. And then if I did, we can bring those back with us, and then he'll actually have extra armor. It's unfortunate that we don't have everybody in, like, the best armor that they can have, and the Apocalypse armor is a little bit heavy for what we're going for right now. I don't think I want to fiddle with them. I'd rather just, like, loot the main locations, and so let's go over here. Many OAD here. Somebody's got to work on their D's and their O's. That's the secret right there. See, I had a teacher do that once I got to college. They were like, your 5s and your S's look identical. I'm going to give you, like, a week to sort that out. Otherwise, I'm going to start dinging you points off your papers. I was like, okay, I'll get right on it, doctor. Can we even get in this house? This house has like a weird overhang right now that you can't really see through. There it is. And so if we can have a really, really good haul today, we can make a couple of runs in and out of the location. Oh, a little bit of coffee right there. Something to give out to make people a little bit happier. It looks like we got a crawler in this room. Yep, let me take care of her. And down she goes. Her arm has bent sort of in what looks like a very, very uncomfortable direction. If my arm was bent that way, I'd definitely be seeking out an arm specialist. Let's go over to this side. Duffel bag. I had a really nice duffel bag for a while. I had this duffel bag that was made by, I don't know, somebody. My dad got it for me when I was maybe like 8 or 9 years old. And he was like, this is the only duffel bag you'll ever need, because it was a really nice duffel bag. It was a leather duffel bag for all of my hockey gear. And so it did. It lasted a good 20 years until a cat peed on it. And then once a cat peed on it, I tried to clean it. I took it to the dry cleaners and everything, but it always smelled like cat piss after then. Like, cat pee is just really, really difficult to get out of stuff sometimes. I've heard that if you use citrus juice and things like that, it'll actually denature the proteins that cause that problem. But I couldn't get it out of there. I tried forever, and then after that, I took it on a flight somewhere after I gotten most of the smell out. And somehow the bottom of the bag had gotten, like, super ripped up. When it came out the other side of the terminal, the bottom of the bag had a huge hole in it, and the airline was denying all responsibility, and I was just like, I had to file a whole bunch of paperwork, and, like, fat chance you're ever going to hear any of that back again. Bureaucracy and all that, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go get another one. But they don't make stuff anymore like they used to. They don't make good stuff. Like, seriously, I look at some of the cool stuff my dad has had since, like, the 70s, and I'm always slightly jealous, just like, oh my god, they don't make awesome stuff like this anymore. Anything's actually, like, created to fail after a certain amount of time so that they can guarantee their own continued existence as a manufacturer, and it makes me sad. It makes me very, very sad. Not glad. It makes me feel bad and unrad. On this side, this one's doing that moaning action, so I'll probably try and get rid of her. And we got another Zed on this side, so I'll let her finish her turn. I'll try and have Tweedletime take her out. If we could have the first turn, it is going to solve this for us pretty handily. The other zombie's going to come around the other side of the building, so let's just go bypass a turn right there. Not really what I wanted, but let's move him up with the rest of the group. I think Oscar being around is going to be a good plan. Oh yeah, I needed to level up too. I should probably get on top of that. Alright, a little more damage done. Apparently there was like a sale on these red shirts out here at some point. Some store near here right before the apocalypse was clearing out their inventory of red V-neck shirts. This neighborhood is just like saturated with them. I'm going to sneak back around this way and we're going to cut down this right here. Oh, I forgot to bring along... Oh man, I forgot to bring along lockpicks. Troublesome. Maybe we'll find one in one of these houses. I can't promise that we will, but we might. I don't think we hit the top floor right here. I think the majority of the top floor was unlooted. And so we'll go back through and try and get all of that. This guy got a shotgun in the drawer. Right now they're selling, what was it, Maverick 88s at the sports store down the street from my house. They're selling for like 150 bucks right now. I was thinking about picking one up just because it's a gun that I can beat the hell out of and not have to worry about like a huge financial cost involved with it. I don't know. If you don't know what it is, it's essentially, it's the exact same thing as like a Mossberg pump action shotty. The only difference is they manufacture the parts in Mexico and then they ship it out here to be assembled. It's essentially the same thing that Epiphone is to Gibson, but for shotguns. And so I thought about going over there and buying one, but I just don't know if I need a gun around the house right now. Then again, better to have one and not need one than need one and not have it, I suppose. Grab the beans up out of there. We may have some Zeds. Yeah, I thought one might stop in for dinner. I thought there was a sneaking suspicion. He got his shirt tucked in and everything. He's ready to make this. He must have come straight from church. He got killed on Jesus Day. Ain't that a bitch? Come on. Yep, fall down. We don't have time for this right now. Spray blood everywhere and then leave me to my task. Oscar, how good are you? You're like, what? I'm like, how good are you? He has a 6 strength. That's not terrible. He's got pretty good agility, which means he has a lot of AP. His melee's really solid, so he's got a high crit chance and all that fun stuff. So I think he might actually do a good job for us with Snowblind. He might be able to double swing with it every turn, which would make me happy. Yeah, he can. He can double swing. What else can you do with that? A wild swing, a slash, and a basic attack. Okay, well, I don't really know what the differences are. Why is his damage so low on that? Is it because the other hand has to be empty? What is going on here? So, oh, it requires strength 8. Damn it. I keep thinking that... okay, so we're going to have to come up with a different character to use that bad boy right there if we're ever going to get that thing to move. Tweedletime could actually probably make a pretty good go of it. Maybe. Let's level up Tweedletime, by the way. Character, Tweedletime. You are not Tweedletime. You are Tweedletime with your weird little peach fuzz puby beard. Okay, so Tweedletime. I'm probably going to go in on negotiation because, oh my god, we have so many skills. So Unity, the force of your personality has everyone working together fluidly, reducing the time for every project in the shelter by 20%. Okay, that doesn't help out that much, but the reason why is that it reduces our morale decay, so that's what I'm going after right there, if you're wondering what I'm working towards. That would be the thing, and then after that, I'll probably give him a little bit of range skill so that he can shoot a gun if he needs to, and so I'll go with... I'm going to go with human targets since they tend to be a lot more dangerous than any of the undead targets. And then quick draw up here reduces the AP cost to fire them by 1. That's pretty good. Familiarity allows you to reload them swiftly. I'm probably going to go with quick draw because I'll just pack him up with weapons that are quite a bit better. How nimble a character is. I don't know if I should go all in on strength right now or if I should focus on maybe getting... Perception might be nice. The other thing that we could consider is we could actually think about maybe giving him the mechanical skill. Architect, shelter upgrades, construct for less shelter. Nah. Let's just stick with ranged. We'll go for vital shot, and then we'll go for quick draw. And after that's been taken care of, I'm going to keep pumping. Oh, he's got 2 stat points. Okay, we'll go for some agility then. That's nice. And so it looks like he has 10 AP now, which is good, and then his strength should increase the amount of damage that he's able to unleash on our foes as well. Why you would keep your damage leashed, not really too sure. It seems like a bad way to encumber it, and I don't like my damage to be encumbered by anything. I want my damage to be out there, just annihilating everything that gets in its way. I'm going to break down the garage door real fast. That's a very sturdy metal door to have in the middle of like a residential house. I don't know. I went to a house the other day, though, that was built like back in the 70s, and I was really impressed by the fact that you can actually, I was with somebody, and I was like, dude, you see this door right here? They don't, like, this door is like a really solid front door. It was basically a barricade. It was a really, really fantastic front door. If I ever have a house, I want my front door to be that firm and, like, sturdy. You would need a battering ram to get that door down. It was incredible. So since that takes a 5, I'm sort of wondering if I should put Snowblind on Tweedletime for right now. 65 damage is a lot. Like, that's a really, really big hit right there. Most characters are not going to be able to circumnavigate that hit. It's going to make them want to cry. However, that would require me... No, that's not what I needed. It would, however, require me... How much does it weigh? 11 pounds? Yeah, he can't carry that much. That's what I figured. We'll get it in eventually. We'll get it in eventually. And now he can't carry that much. Great. Shotgun, you want to come over here? There we go. So now Tweedletime's all nice and rearranged. So Tweedletime should have Snowblind now. Let's give it a go, shall we? Let's give it a go and just kind of like see what happens with this thing. I bet he can do a lot of damage with it. I mean, it's kind of an inferior version of the katana, I guess. But maybe, I don't know, maybe there are things that I'm not really factoring in right now. I thought that was a zombie for a second. Bud's looking so old and decrepit that I thought he was a zombie. Sorry, Bud. Didn't mean to insult you like that, but it is what it is. He can carry 130 pounds while hiking. That's a pretty heavy bag right there. No joke and no lie. It would take me 120 pound bag. I don't know. I usually pack in for 60 or 70 when I backpack, and that's on the heavier side. I know some people that prefer to go with like maybe 40 pounds, and that's how they take it in. I go 65 just because I'm a heavy packer. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather bring along a bunch of stuff that I may end up not using. But in a situation like that's, I'm a prepper like that. I just am. I prefer to have all the stuff that I need in order to get my job done rather than, you know, risk not having a survival item if things go down. And so I'd rather carry an extra 5-10 pounds than have to heavily concern myself with what I'm going to do if I get caught out with any of those items available. Let's go to a different location. I think we're just about done here. There it is. And so I figure closest location's gonna be Friendly Fred's, huh? We went there like a long ass time ago. Okay. The old army base, an old tree, edible mushrooms off a tree. Let's go to the Happy Boots Motel, I guess. I hope it's 1 floor. I would love for this to not be a 2-story complex. It would make me super happy. 2-story complexes give me a 2-story complex. Let's see here. Looks okay so far. I'm not seeing anything that's jumping out at me as super threatening. Couple of Zeds, and that's about it. What can you do right here? There it is. 50 points of damage. 65 points of damage. Not the best weapon for the undead, but it'll get the job done in a pinch. A little bit of extra weight being carried right there. This Zed's coming around to be friends in just a moment, so I'm actually going to try and take... Oh, never mind. That Zed's busted. We'll let it come to us then. It's being janky as hell. I need to get those night vision goggles off everybody too. I was sort of like equipping those in a panic the other night when I was trying to get stuff done. This may be where I break off this episode. So anyways, my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Dead State. I look forward to seeing you all in future episodes. Take care out, everybody, and hi-do. I'm going to do a little bit of looting and we'll come back.